Welcome back to Voxtus. In this session, we are diving into the exciting world of triggers in Power Automate. Let's get those flows moving. Right, let's dive into the heart of Power Automate, triggers. Now, triggers are what set your flows in motion. Think of them as an ignition key of your car. Without them, your flow is just sit there looking pretty but not going anywhere. Here are the type of triggers: instant or manual flows. Second is scheduled flows. Third one is automated flows. We will see one by one. So first up, instant or manual triggers. Imagine this: you are about to start the daily team meeting, but the team is nowhere to be found. No problem. With a tap of button on your mobile device, you can remind everyone to join. These triggers are perfect for those "I need it done now" moments. And the best part, you can trigger these from any devices. So you are always in control. Let's see the triggers for instant or manual flows. I am already in. You can simply navigate to make.powerautomate.com and click on create. And then click on instant cloud flow. You'll see the first trigger, manually trigger flow, or when a Power Apps call a flow. Let's click on this one and create a flow. So this is a manual trigger flow, means we can trigger it manually. Okay, so that this is all about manual trigger flow. Next, let's talk about scheduled triggers. So run a flow on a set schedule, great for recurring tasks like weekly reports. Choose when and how often the flow runs. If you are like me and appreciate a bit of routine, scheduled flows are your new best friend. Let's see the trigger quickly. Click on create and schedule flow, and scheduled flow example, and then create it and see the recurrence is the trigger for this flow. Okay, now if you'll see, here are the properties for this trigger: interval, minute, week, days, hour, seconds, and time zone, in which time zone you want to recur this Power Automate flow. So for example, every week, like clockwork, a project report is sent out to the team. No manual efforts needed. You decide when it happens and how often, whether it's monthly, daily, or even hourly. Who needs an assistant when you have a Power Automate now? And here is the cherry on the top: automated triggers. These triggers are true workhorses of Power Automate. They jump into action as soon as something happens. We can see automatically perform tasks after an event occurs, idle for workflows that need to be initiated by an event. Let's see an example of automated flows trigger. So again, click on create, automated cloud flows, and here are the triggers for automated cloud flows. You can see all the triggers: when a new response is submitted from Microsoft Forms, when an item is created in SharePoint list, when an item is created or modified, when a file is created in OneDrive, when a build completes Azure DevOps. There are multiple connectors here: when a row is added or modified in Dataverse. Okay, when a new email arrives in Outlook, and there are the Outlook's connectors. So I'm going to select when a new email arrives. Create. So the trigger means, for instance, the moment a new email lands in your inbox, your flow can automatically organize it, notify someone, or start another process. It's like having an invisible assistant who's always on the job. The best part, you don't have to lift a finger. So let's quickly recap the three types of triggers we have discussed. Instant or manual triggers are user initiated, great for when you need to kick off a flow on the go. Scheduled triggers run on a set schedule, which is perfect for routine tasks that happens regularly. And finally, automated triggers respond to specific events, making them ideal for workflows what need to react immediately when something happens. Simple, right? Before we wrap up, let's go over some tips and best practice. First, always choose the right trigger for the job. It's like picking up the right tool from your toolbox. Test your flows regularly. Just because it is worked yesterday doesn't mean it will work today. And if you are feeling adventurous, combine triggers for more complex workflow. Remember, automation is an art and you are the artist. Thank you for joining today. Remember, with great triggers come great automation. If you have any questions or need further help, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help you master the art of automation. Don't forget to subscribe for more Power Automate tips and tricks. You won't want to miss what's coming up. Thank you for watching this video.